Hello and welcome to another Skaredcast Battle Report. Today we're practicing for the World Team Championship. Drukhari versus Genestealer Cult. Let's dive into the game.
The Dark King.
Welcome to another Battle Report. Of course, today we've got Innes Wilson's WTC Genestealer Cult list versus my Drukhari list. We're playing round number 7 of the WTC proper, which is Taken Hold, Crucible, Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy, Taken Hold. Here we have my 2,000 points of World Team Championship Drukhari. That's right, the list that I'll be running at the War Masters and the WTC. Let's take a look. We've got Urien Rakarth Drazar, Lilith Hesperax, and Archon Skari with the Arc Raider enhancement. We have 2 Beast Pack Masters as well with their beasts, rounding up the character slots. For battle line, we have 10 Kabbalite Warriors with all the gubbins, so Dark Lance, Shredder, Spinner Cannon, Blast Pistol, Phantasm Grenade Launcher, and Blaster, as well as 5 little rifles. We have the Squad of Witches with the Sergeant with the Blast Pistol and Phantasm, and we have 5 Racks with all the gubbins. We do have 1 unit of Reaver Jet Bikes with a Heat Lance and a Sergeant with an Agonizer, 10 Hellions, a Kronos, a Ravager, 3 units of Scourge, 1 with Dark Lances, that's right, all WYSIWYG. 2 of them with Haywire Blasters, that's 4 Haywire Blasters in each. That's right, all WYSIWYG as well. 2 units of 5 Mandrakes and 3 Venoms to round out the list. And there you have it, 2,000 points of Drukhari. And here we have 2,000 points of Innes Wilson's Genestealer Cult list, piloted by a scrub. Coldplay Cam. So after now we've ruined your career.
That's gone. Now, yeah, I gotta retire, and that's it.
Please tell us what you have in your list.
Well, I have Innes Wilson's list, so I'm running what he's running. We have 3 Ridge Runners, 2 Augers, 1 Spotter. Where'd it go? Spotter.
Yep. All WYSIWYG.
We've got everything's WYSIWYG. We got 80 big bricks or 4 bricks and 20 neophytes, 3 Benefactors, 1 with the Assassin.
You actually finished painting one of your Benefactors for this game.
Yeah, I did.
That's called dedication.
That's dedication.
Yep.
Yeah. I had 2 painted, but I needed a 3rd one for this because I usually run 2. But the blue squad has the one with the +1 to hit against character units. We've got the Primus unit with the Nexus as well. Of course, he's got the lethal hits because that is why you take this detachment.
Yeah.
We have 1 Saboteur. Innes, you monster. Why is there only 1 of them?
I don't know. We're gonna give Innes a piece of our mind.
Monster.
Also has a 10-man neophyte break, which is tech that only a Scotsman would understand. Because that's the same points as another one of these.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, maybe he didn't have them all.
Maybe not.
His stat check, his stat check didn't allow him to check the stats.
He didn't check the stats of the points?
I know.
Oh, that's what it is.
I know what it is.
There's 2 squads of 5 pure strains, 1 of the CP generating melee squads, and we got 3 flavor squads.
Yep.
As well as 3 groups of 5 bikes with mining lasers.
Oh my goodness, look at that. Very, very similar to what Floof took at the Tacoma Open.
Yes.
Although they did have another Saboteur.
Yeah.
There you go, because...
Well done, Floof.
Well done, Floof. That's what you should be doing. The last mission of the WTC, very tough mission for me, which is why I want to practice it. And on Search and Destroy, which tends to be my worst deployment. Hooray! So we're going to go for attacker and defender roll. I rolled a 1.
I can't see it.
You rolled a 5. Would you like to attack and or defend?
I want to put down a body first.
Okay, you want to create some space?
Maybe.
That makes sense. So with that, Genestealer Cult defending, we'll do our... we'll secretly write down, of course, as you're supposed to, whether we're doing tactical or fixed, whether we're doing, and where our units are going, and what we're putting in reserve, and then we'll come back.
Properly.
So just to show you how it works, we have both picked 2 cards. You have as well.
I'm both.
And so that will determine whether we're doing tactical or, this is the way that it's supposed to be.
It is.
Pow! So I picked 1 fixed, 1 tactical, so I'm going tactical. You pick 2 tactical, you're going tactical.
I'm going double tactical.
You're going tactical, I'm going tactical. So we're doing tactical, but you're not supposed to know until you flip it over each other, so that's how that works. And then I wrote down my stuff. So Archon with 5 cabs with old guns and a venom, Drazar with 5 cabs, incubi and a venom, Lilith with 5 witches with the sergeant and a venom, and then we got 5 witches in strat, 10 hellions in strat, and then the 15 deep striking scourge. And that is my reserves. And what did you pick?
I have 2 Flamer squads in reserve.
That's right.
Just the Primus squad in reserve for now.
Correct. And he also has a redeploy 3 units, which you can then put stuff back into reserve, which he totally will be using.
No.
So with that, let's do some deployment. Dustin did end up out deploying me, but he does have a redeploy as well. So he's probably not going to be here, but we've got 20, 20, 20. We've got the 10 back here. We've got 3 little Achilles Ridge Runners, the 3 units of bikes, the 2 infiltrated units of Steelers ready to either push my scouts or be aggressive. We got the 1 Flamer unit that you decided to deploy over there, so they die quick and then get resurrected. And we've got the pistol unit over here, which will give you command points. Not if you go first, though. Not if you go first. Only if you go second.
Because of the timing.
Because of the timing. Ravager, in this matchup, becomes more of a screen than anything.
Very much so.
So Beast Pack, Urien, Kronos. Archon, which I use the Mandrakes to be able to scout up so that you couldn't put anything scout or infiltrate there to stop me from sticking that objective.
Yep.
Mandrakes out there. Lilith back here, just waiting to see where the game develops. Kabalites to try sticking my home. Bikes in a retro position, ready to kind of go either way, depending on what happens. Drazar, 5 racks, Mandrakes. In reserve, of course, the Scourge and all that good stuff. We'll come back after and see what Dustin decides to redeploy, if any. Okay, very straightforward. He kept everything where it was except for the 1 blue squad back there. Dustin's words exactly is, "You're a filthy elf, and I want to stay on the table."
You're paraphrasing a little bit, but yeah, pretty close.
So with that, let's dive into the first turn. This is 2 very jail-y style lists, so we both kind of like going first.
Yeah.
However, because it's taken hold, going second does really help as well.
I think we're both happy with whatever we get here.
Correct. Okay, so I will roll a 4.
Oh, damn it.
You are
Excellent.
going first. Okay, so I will go second, and we go into Genestealer Cult turn number 1. Well, you going first, so you scouted out these bikes, you scouted out these bikes, and then the Ridge Runners kind of stayed.
They moved. They scouted like this.
They scouted a little bit.
They're just revving their engines, ready to go.
I moved this beast pack back. I moved this beast pack forward, just kind of surrounding here. And this venom could have gone up, but it would have just died instantly. I could have gone back, but then it's kind of out of the game. So I've decided to kind of scout it laterally that way. Still in a more vulnerable position, but better spot for me to be able to use it on my turn 1 instead of just hiding. Because if I hide too much, you jail me, and then I don't get to play the game.
Can't do that.
So with that, let's go on to Genestealer Cult turn 1. Using the official WTC scoring app, I like adding this little CP tracker up here.
You just call it the app?
The app is it?
That's the paper app, yeah. That's the new style.
You got extend battle lines and
this
cleanse.
Is called paper, kids.
Oh my gosh,
This is what apps used to be.
Come on, Dustin. So cleanse and extend battle lines. So I like circling the ones you get on the round drawn. So you drew it on round number 1. Right over here, and you're gonna hold on to those 2. We can't score primary turn 1. I'm Team Canada, your Team Scrub.
Shut up.
And we just get a CP as well, and then of course challenger cards won't matter round 1. I'm very curious to see what Dustin does. We'll come back after it's.
I don't think you pointed out where the saboteur was, just so we know where.
Is he back here?
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, there he is.
Sneaky little bastard.
You didn't see that's sneaky.
End of the movement phase. They moved up. They're going to cleanse over here. They advanced, and they moved up, so you're going to cleanse over here. Mm-hmm. You also have extend battle lines. They moved up and killed one of the Chimera.
Take that.
And then they moved up and killed 2 of the Mandrakes with their little bombs. And then you're just using basically a little bit of a jail there with 2 bike squads and 1 Genestealer unit that did advance. Doesn't really want to charge, because if you do, I can heroic, get extra distance. So you want to keep this area safe, which is what I would have done if I go first. I move my beast back there and basically do the exact same thing in opposite. The biggest issue I have is this unit here and this unit here, because it has taken hold. Right now you're looking at a 15.
Yummy.
Oh, spicy.
It's okay, you're getting challenger cards, Skari.
Potentially. We'll see. This is definitely, that's why it's tough for me. So I like that I'm getting this practice. Innes, I'm coming for you, buddy. Let's go.
I'm going to teach him how to beat you.
It's the reps. I just need the reps.
All the reps.
End of the shooting phase. You did kill the Mandrakes. You almost killed the entire beast pack. 1 Clawed Fiend is left alive. And another mortar did shoot 2 Kabalites off of that unit, trying to lower the Kabalite screening and stuff like that. And you put 1 wound on my Ravager with your Saboteur.
But he did it.
It was back here, but he got it done. So let's go to the scoreboard. 5 points and 4 points. That's 9 points in your favor. Very nicely done. So with that, I will pick up my 1 unit of Mandrakes. Engage and Locus. Not bad. It keeps me nice and close. So if I only score 4 points, 3 points. If I score 3 points, which I can probably just do 2 points here.
Probably
Then,
smarter to do that.
yeah, and then I'll get a challenger card next turn, which offsets the 2 points for that and gives me 3. Hooray! And I get a CP, yes! End of the movement phase. I left that off so you could kind of see what's going on. But the Archon, Skari, he moved out and essentially got within 12 inches of a bunch of stuff for the Vector to force them to sort of stay if I want to shoot them, or to prevent them from heroically intervening if I jump into the Genestealers. So the Clone Fiend's moved up, Urian's moved up. Lilith got out of the Venom and moved up. It's an 8-inch charge into this unit. That's like a risk that I'm willing to take if I can kill all these bikes, basically, is what it comes down to. The Venoms have moved up to kind of pick up Drazar and them. Drazar's going to...
but not a risk because you can get back.
Correct. It's a risk, but not a risk. You know, at least I've got a Venom there just in case. I put extra OC on my home objective, kept the Beast Pack safe, moved the bikes into sort of like a staging area. This Ravager was the funny one. I moved up 12 inches with a pivot. I actually have a nice little charge into the into the Saboteur. So I'm thinking I'm just going to try and tech shock the Saboteur. But the Saboteur did do 4 mortal wounds to my Ravager. So we'll see. And maybe I tie that up and just stop some of your shooting. So this is the kind of risk that I'm okay taking, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And then I zoned out the 6-inch deep strike as best I could, which I have to do, because if you start jumping in between and behind my units, I just lose.
Things get bad real
Things get bad. So I can't really stop you from getting 6 inches onto this objective. If I charge into here, kill them, and jump into that Venom. So there's lots of little things that do have to kind of go my way to kind of flip the game from the pressure you're putting on me. But if you don't give yourself the opportunity to get lucky, then you never will. Shooting! I killed 1 unit of bikes with shooting. I did have to spend a CP for a grenade. I killed a couple of bikes from that unit. Hopefully the Archon can finish them off. And I almost killed this entire unit of Steelers with shooting. With this Venom alone, killed 4 of them. And now we get to do some charges. I do have a couple of pain tokens, and I have one that I need. So, pain token on this Ravager, because I definitely want that charge to go off. Pain token on her, because I definitely want that charge to go off.
That's shocking.
And I'm not... if 1 Steeler's left alive, whatever. If you battle shock, I get resources, so I'm not going to use a pain token here. And then over here, it's an unfailable charge, so I don't need to use a pain token there. Do I get one back from Lilith Hesperax herself? No, if I'm being close to the Kronos. And with that, let's do some charges.
Wait, you actually spent a pain token and didn't get it back?
Yep.
Is that what just happened?
It's happened twice already.
It's a thing.
One over there. Didn't actually get it back. My Kronos is...
That Kronos is tired.
He's just saving his energy for the WTC.
He's on his paper app. That's why
Okay, so the big charge here. 8 inches into the Neophyte break. With Lilith Hesperax. Let's go, Lilith. Get her done. That is an 8. Perfect. She will just jump in. Time to go see if I can kill some stuff. Okay, charge-wise, you decided to Overwatch me when I declared the charge with the Ravager. And then you zapped it. Those seismics just did so many lethals, and then it died. Aww.
That was pretty cool.
Actually, it died thanks to the Saboteur doing the little bomb.
It was the Saboteur.
But it saved your Saboteur from certain death, and it opened up this little area from screens. So that's actually really good. It makes this Venom very, very vulnerable. Okay, so with that, Lilith made it, Uri and Rakoth made it, the Claude Fiend made it, the Archon made it. You did fail your Battle Shock test on that, so I have 2 pain tokens. So I'm definitely going to be giving 1 pain token to Lilith over here. I'm definitely giving 1 pain token to the Archon because I absolutely want to try and make sure that unit dies. And Lilith is going to be using her once per game Dancing Death or whatever it's called. I made a mistake by shooting these Genestealers. I should have left the Genestealers alive to charge this Venom here, which then would allow them to fight, potentially move back into the Venom. But sadly, I wasn't thinking until when I made that charge. And I was like, oops. So Lilith is very dead next turn.
But can she get her value before she dies?
Let's see if she can do it. Turn number 1 done. Lilith killed the entire squad with her witches. I spent a CP for sustained, which was good.
Yes,
it just came into play. And because she only rolled a couple of sustains herself. And I put 1 wound on the Benefactus, who did use his 4-up invul save.
Which didn't matter.
Which didn't actually matter. The Claude Fiend did die to Genestealers, and Urian and the Claude Fiend killed a single Genestealer. Yeah. Sure. And then
combat, Urian runs away and he dies.
Drazar murdered this. Now, I was hoping Urian would do some more damage to pile into the Flamers over here and get me my big engage, but I'm in 2 corners. Yay! And I couldn't leave Drazar over here. The Ravager was my mini...
Could've.
No. So with that, I get 1 point for engage. Sure. And we go to the scoreboard. Look at that! 1 point for engage. I'm going to get rid of Locus to get a CP. So with that, I'll get both of those there. Very nice. So I get a CP, go up to 4. Oh, that's you, sorry. This is me over here. So that'll be 3 CP there.
If only you had an app to do this on.
Yep, there is an app. This is the app over here. So I'm going to discard Locus. So I discarded Locus on 1. And I'm going to score this on 1 as well for a single point. Look at that. Oh, buddy, there's an 8-point difference now. But that means I am the challenger. Yeah. So in terms of scoring, you've got 1 point. Yeah, so you've got 1 point to 9 points as we move into battle round number 2. Sabotage and recover assets for Dustin. So Sab, recover assets. Okay, not bad. Forcing you to use units to do actions is not a bad thing. But you do have lots of units. But still, it just means there's less flamers shooting me.
Oh, you think the flamers are going to do that? No. They got to flame stuff.
So with that, on to turn 2. You also get 10 points on primary. Because I was able to kill that big unit in the middle, stopping the 15, which would have been the worst thing. If
the
you
worst
get
thing ever.
The worst thing. That just means it's impossible for me to win if I let you have 15s over and over again. So Sab should be relatively simple. You've got stuff over here. Recover assets is same turn, which is also relatively simple.
I did bring back the Genestealer squad.
Yes, you did use 2. So you have 8 resurrection points. You decide not to bring the big 10-man squad. You're probably going to save it for that squad there because it's got the flamers. So it's a little bit more efficient when it comes back without a character. Okay, so with that, let's see what you do. Okay, end of movement phase. The Flamers can't get onto this objective. They moved up to flame Lilith. You did sidestep them to get more guns into Lilith. The Benefactus and this squad have moved up to try and shoot into Urien. You've got your mortars kind of staying still. This Acolyte squad gave you a command point this time. Mm-hmm. You're going to sabotage with the Saboteur and recover assets with the bikes. And then you used a strat to 6-inch deep strike those Acolytes just to stop me from scoring primary. Yeah. I knew that was going to be the case if I wanted to keep my Archon alive. If the Chronos, if I would have done some more damage here, maybe I could have been able to zone that out. Didn't pay off. And you decided not to bring a big brick here to kill him because then I've got my Helions, which would just kill another 20-man squad. Yep. And just be annoying, which you definitely don't want to have happen. So with that... I might rapid ingress something. Just let me think. End of the shooting phase. Urien did go down, and he didn't come back. Yay! You successfully flamed Lilith to death. And then mortars, I did rapid ingress 1 unit of witches. You killed 4 of them, and then killed 3 mandrakes with another one. And then the other one tried to get extra AP on the Chronos, but didn't really do anything. The flamers did nothing. So with that, you do sabotage. You're starting sabotage. You did recover assets with the bikes and the Acolytes back there. You're only on this objective here, so not on there.
Well,
which
on
is
on
that one for now.
No more points.
Let's go to the scoreboard. So 3-point recover assets. So round score 2. So you're gonna have 3 points there. Not bad. And you're currently working on your sabotage, be another 3 points. However, I do get a challenger card. So I get Strategic Retreat, which is basically the zone. So 3 points, 1 point for each zone I'm in to get extra free points. And then, of course, if I wanted to put something into Strat Reserve, I could do that. Sure. Okay, so behind me lines and Display of Might. Urien, come on, buddy. Doesn't happen very often, but sometimes he dies. So that will be try and get a bunch of stuff in No Man's Land. And, of course, try to get behind your lines. So we'll see if we can make that happen. If so, that'd be great. I don't have to worry about a rapid ingress that you can do for free on a big brick or either or. So it's going to be an interesting turn, another big turn for me. End of the movement phase. So as you can see, I'm concocting the craziest screen out I've ever seen. Time to commit this beast pack. It's a 7-inch charge. Drazar came out and used the Ignore Overwatch strat to basically stop these flamers. So hopefully, if the beast pack connects, then I should be able to pick it up with both activations. If the beast pack does not connect, then at least Drazar can go kill a Benefactus and get me some additional pain tokens that I will need for later in the game. I decided to commit my Scourge. I've got Dark Lances ready to shoot Genestealers. This Haywire squad, they're pretty useless in this matchup, so they're just trying to take up space. The Mandrakes that are surviving and the Cabalites and the Reaver Jet Bikes are creating a little screen back here just to stop the 6-inch deep strikes. I needed 1 more advance to get the Chronos on the middle. Because I can't go to the middle, went to just put extra OC on this objective over here. And then Archon Skari tried to bait out a 2 CP Overwatch. Didn't work. And then I put the Witch there to stop a 6-inch deep strike. And of course, I've got the Kronos there. So hopefully I can try and start holding objectives. And you're using your Nexos to free rapid ingress, the big Nexos squad, so that when Drazar and the Beast Pack commit on that side, you can kind of clear them out. So with that, and you haven't committed your Ridge Runners, which makes me very sad.
They're so good against you.
They're very good. They're like, the indirect is just so good against me in general. The fact that this guy's still alive makes me sad because I really wanted to kill him, but at least I got him to use his little bomb. And with that, the Racks are just kind of moving into position to get into the mid board. I'm trying to get behind enemy lines. I need to charge in and to that Venom to try to get behind enemy lines as well. So we'll see what we can do as well. End of the turn. Drazar and the Incubi by themselves.
Yep.
Almost wiped out the entire unit. The Benefactus popped his 4-up invul, and I did my Vicious Execution, so I did get a bunch of paint tokens. However, 3 of them lived. They're just luckily not on the objective, and the Beast Pack was just far enough away that they couldn't pile in and just kill the last 3. It's gonna come bite me in the butt. You just watch. However, the Incubi did make it battle shocked. Over here, I did charge a little unit that was left. You did heroic smartly, but you didn't roll high enough to really be able to get onto the objective, and you didn't kill the Venom, but that did prevent me from killing them, piling in, and getting my behind enemy lines and one of my challenger points. That was big. That was a very good heroic intervention there. I did spend the 1 CP to make it immune to Overwatch, because you would have just shot it to heck with that unit, and then I wouldn't have been able to kill anybody.
That would have been really cool.
That would have been bad. So good thing I can spend no Overwatch, and then Archon Skari killed that unit, pop back to his Venom. And with that is the end of the turn. You did bring back 1 more unit of Flamers.
Yep.
So you have 1 more unit of Flavors that you did bring back, and you've got 1 still in reserve. I will successfully get Display of Might, and I did not get behind enemy lines. So Display of Might gives me 4 points. You successfully do your Sabotage as well. So anybody's keeping track, I got rid of behind enemy lines for a CP, which is nice. I did get 2 points on the zone mission, which is actually, I got +2 points, because I only got my deployment zone and no man's land. And I didn't get wholly within 6 of the middle. So I'm at 23 points, including paint. Dustin is now at 35. So 12-point difference. That makes me the challenger once again, who's moving to battle round number 3. Okay, end of the movement phase. They moved up. They resurrected 3, but not enough to take away the objective. So you only got 5 on primary. They fell back. You've deep struck the Steelers over there to try and get a 9-inch charge, because that's the tempting target, which you got. And, of course, established locus. So tempting target, established locus. So you're going to ditch the established locus. You're going to try get tempting target with a long charge.
I don't.
The bikes did 4 dev wounds, mortal wounds to this with the bombs. Then you did bring in 1 flamer brick over here to help kill the beast pack. You want to make sure that beast pack is dead.
Yes.
You got a couple of guns trained in on that Venom. And I used my 1 CP to overwatch the Saboteur that came out. Venom got 3 sustains and killed it, which was great. And then I used my other Venom CP to rapid ingress the Hellion so they can start just harassing this point as we move into the bottom of the game. And you declared that you're going to rapid ingress your last 20-man brick on my turn, so the CP you gain will be used for that. So with that, let's dive in to the shooting phase. Okay, end of the turn. Drazar's Venom, Drazar went down. That unit with crit 5s is insane, with all reroll hits and lethals and sustained. Like, it's crazy when it comes in. The Flamers, pitiful. The mining lasers didn't do anything. They grenaded the Venom to death. And then I lost 2 Hellions from sporadic shooting, and I did lose that Venom as well. So we're on to the charge phase. The Claude Fiend survived with 3 wounds remaining, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
And you've got some charges. That's the big one.
This is the big one.
That's the big one up there. A 9, reroll.
9. All right.
Well, no, you have no rerolls.
I don't have reroll. No, I
You have no
used the
CP.
grenade,
You're trying to just get onto that witch. This is tempting target.
Tempting target. Do
Will
I get
you
it?
get it done?
Oh!
No! Well,
Hooray!
fine. Are you charging the Claude Fiend with anything?
Yes, I'm going to charge the Claude
Ooh,
Fiend.
fancy. Ah, you got your tempting target because of that charge. Well, at least my Claude Fiend survived. That's actually quite nice. With that, though, let's go to the scoreboard. So, tempting target, no locus. You're getting rid of a locus for CP.
Yep.
So, you'll gain a CP there and gain another CP at the start of the turn. That'll be locus. As for tempting target, that's a big 5-pointer. Oof.
Oh, no.
Oof. Tempting target, round 3 scored for 5 big points. Look at that, just not letting me get a break, but still lots of game left. Renewed Focused or Established Comms Action for the Challenger card. Mark for Death and Overwhelming Force. Not a bad thing for me to do. I will also get 5 points on primary Yeah, so keeping the primary really close on taking hold, but the challenger card hopefully getting me into the game here. End of the movement phase. So continue to screen 6-inch deep strikes and the rapid ingress. So the Scourge are here, they're going to shoot at bikes, then they're going to bounce back. I've got them that could potentially charge bikes if needed. I'm going to try and kill this squad, which is my consolation prize. And then I've got a unit of Scourge over here to try and kill at least one of the mortars. And of course, you've got like a giant brick of guys ready to just be annoying and just start causing havoc. I have to try and kill them as well. Like there's so many things I'm trying to do. And I'm running out of resources. But that's how this goes. That charge really kind of put the pressure in my corner here, but I'm going to try and do as much damage as I can. So with that though, let's do your rapid ingressing, which you had to, the one big unit. You do have a blip as well if you want to bring in a squad, but since you can deep strike them, there's no point in doing that. And we'll get some, and I did spend my no Overwatch on the Hellions because that Primus unit will pick up a whole squad on Overwatch. So you have to be very careful with that. Ideally, I kill this unit and potentially charge in and start dealing with that unit. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I really need to kill the bikes and them. And you still have 2 big bricks of infantry, which is just very annoying. And as soon as I kill them, you can recycle them and bring them back. Oh my gosh, it's just never ending. And I did lose Lilith a little soon, thanks to that Venom thing. But it has been a very close, very fun game so far. Oh, and then these Mandrakes fit back in here to get me my Challenger card.
If they don't battle shock.
If they don't battle shock, because it is an action. They battle shock. Wah, wah, wah. Well, you know what? They deserve to go back to the shadows whence they came. Well, at least I get to use them for shooting. I might do the reroll ones to hit and reroll ones to wound somewhere then as the stratagem for the challenger card, but it is what it is. End of the shooting phase. I didn't do anything to the bikes. I did kill the big brick, but you resurrected them. So no more resurrection points, but you still have one more 20-man in the sky, which is... And a unit of flamers, which you didn't bring in. You also have, of course, the big one, the rapid ingress back there, just to be really annoying. How far do I have to get to for you to heroic intervene into here?
I don't think...
Okay, yeah, so I should be able to.
Be fine.
I certainly hope so. I can also re-roll it if I need to like fail it on purpose. So with that, I did kill the Genestealers. Okay, so it is what it is. Let's do some charging. I'd like to charge into that unit, but I think killing the bikes is probably a better idea right now. So they're just going to charge into the bikes.
That makes sense.
And try and just get rid of another tool that you can't bring back as well. So with that, let's dive into my charge phase. So they kill the bikes. I use the Challenger card for reroll ones to hit, reroll ones to wound, because it is what it is. And then the Scourge rolled low enough that they didn't have to like gang up on, so they could stay out of heroic intervention, which was great. And they beat up the 2 little units. Give me a couple of pain tokens for the end of the game. And it is now on to turn 4. Let's go. Let's see what the scoreboard looks like. So as it stands, we move into round number 4. Dustin still up by 10 points. I was able to bridge the gap ever so slightly as we move into the 4th turn. However, I did give you another 5 on primary, which on taking hold, that alone is a feat in and of itself for me. Let's see what cards you draw. Display and secure. So secure should be relatively simple. Display, we'll do some counts. Not bad for Dustin to just try and hold on to the end game here. And movement phase just getting up. He's going to go flame some stuff, try and get the secure. Of course, you've got nice big juicy target. You've got a variety of things you can do there. And of course, get some points. Yeah, we'll come back as we go. We're probably going to do a recap at the end of turn now because Dustin and I are rushing for time.
Yes.
So we'll just kind of give you a recap end of turn of what happened and then a score, and then we'll go from there so that we don't run out of time here. End of the turn. So you nuked them off the objective and you charged in and got on that objective, and then sporadic shooting actually killed all my Rex.
It did.
Yeah, you did fail a rerollable 9-inch charge to stop me from scoring primary again.
Yep.
A little bit of a break there in terms of my primary score. Yep. Finally. And with that, let's go to the scoreboard. So the scoreboard here is so close. You get 5 more points for secure on his end. However, you will not able to get display, so you're going to discard it. Yep. You already got a CP with your acolytes, so that doesn't matter there. Okay, keeping it nice and close. So with that, I am the challenger yet again. So I culled the horde, but I decided to redraw that for attempting target. No prisoners and great haste or over the line. So get in the enemy deployment zone. Very hard to do when I've got that many bodies and you've killed my mandrakes. So, and you're really good at zoning, so there's nothing I can do about that. However, I could use it to get extra speed, which is gonna be nice. And I get 10 points on primary finally. So that evens that up. Yeah, so that's not bad actually. It's going to come down to the end. It's going to be a really close game either way. And of course, we'll come back after the turn. I've got a Battle Shock test I owe you over there. Technically, before I do my redraw, but he's fine. I've got 1 CP left in the bank. You have 3 CP or something ridiculous.
I have like 4 now.
No,
You
3. You have 3. You have
Yeah,
3
oh,
CP.
Yeah, that was the extra thing.
You have 3 CP.
Yep.
Basically, you have 1 more turn for scoring. So really, I'm just trying to stop you from scoring.
Yep.
Is really the key. And you still have 20 in the bank, which means you could rapid ingress them as well.
No. I can't.
Oh, you cannot rapid ingress
They have
these
to come to a
guys.
blip.
That's right. So they have to be a blip, which is where?
Don't let people do that.
Where's the blip? There's the blip?
Here, and there's a blip here.
Okay, so probably over. Well, either one, I can just disappear both of them.
Yes,
Okay.
this one was here, but because the next is on the field in your command phase, I moved it out here.
Okay, I like it. Well, with that, let's see if we can make something happen here. You've got 4 OC on there. You've got 10 OC on there. And it comes down to the last little bit of the game. Okay, there we go. So I used the Great Haste to move around, do a really long bomb charge, but he actually killed a few guys. Great. So that means that white is now completely fine, which is very annoying. However, I did tie up blue, which is nice. And then I was able to get my tempting target. So not terrible, but once again, another challenger card I was unable to get. Because I guess I could have done it, but then I wouldn't have had the stratagem for Great Haste there either. Okay, so I will get a 5 points for tempting target, which is not bad, and 10. So that brings me up to a grand total of 50 points in total. Oh, but Dustin did get another 10 points there, so he's at 55. However, it's only a 5-point swing, which means no more challenger for round number 5. However, I did bring him down to another 5 points on primary, and let's see what score he brings. I decided to hold on to no prisoners just because the rest of my cards are terrible. So we'll see. We'll see. They're all objective holding, and there are 60 Neos on the board. Ugh. Okie dokie. So I still have no Priz. You have Marked for Death, and then you had which one was it that you redrew? You redrew Assassinate, because my Archon's in a Venom. So you redrew it into Overforce. So that'll be quite easy and relatively easy there for 5 points. So you get 3 points for Overforce there. Of course, you're just moving up here.
Moving.
Potentially going to make a charge. Try get on there. Just clog up that objective to stop me from really being able to do anything about it. You're going to nuke them. And then we'll come back at the end here. Okay, Dustin just re-rolled a 3-inch charge to a 3-inch charge.
Yep.
To try get these guys to charge into there. You did kill that for Overforce. You basically, a stubber would have gone there. All the mortars and everything killed the Scourge. That was dead too. So with that, let's go to the scoreboard. That was the end of the turn 5. Also, the other 2 acts just showed up to hide, to prevent me from getting in easy no prisoners, which makes sense. So with that, though, that is that. I have 0 Scourge left. I've got an Archon left. That was a break. But then again, earlier on, I got off lightly with you you got off lightly making that charge. And now we go to the scoreboard. So you get 8 points there, which allows you to get 68 points with your primary. I'm going to get rid of no prisoners just because it is what it is, and we'll see what I draw. I still have 2 CP. I got Sabotage and Secure. So in terms of Sabotage, that's 3 points, no problem. As for Secure No Man's Land, it'll be 2 points for getting 1. Or if I can get onto that objective, it would be an additional. You have 10 OC on there, so it's going to be relatively tough for me to get to that point, which means I have to look at what else I have. Okay, so I redrew, I got Sabotage. I redrew Secure No Man's Land for Bring It Down for a CP. So if I can kill that, that's 4 points. In terms of WTC score, it does not matter.
It does not.
Now, if I kill that and I held 2 objectives, it'd be a 1-point game. So in a regular game, Dustin would win by 1, and I would be very sad. But
You wouldn't be sad.
I wouldn't. Actually, it would be a great game. However, in this game, I will get 10 points because I can't stop you from getting 10. You can't stop me. I will get 3 points for Sabotage, unless I can do it in your deployment zone, which I can't do it in your deployment zone.
I don't think so.
You killed all the stuff that could. Even the bikes aren't fast enough for that. Actually, the bikes, I should have put them up here at some point, but it's fine. And even if I kill that, it's 4 points, bring it up to 67 to 68. However, even if I don't kill that, it's a 5-point difference, which is a 10-10 in WTC score. Dustin?
It's always a tie with you.
It's always a tie, my friend.
I'm always happy.
What a fantastic match. So that would be...
So many hours to just not do anything.
So no, it's the longest 10-10 in history. Exactly. So with that, I'm actually, considering this is my worst mission, I'm pleasantly pleased at this. And going second. I like going first into you because I want to I wanna block you as best I can and take up the board. But with that though, let's go to a post-game chat. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Of course, Dustin and I do a podcast called the Stud or Scrub Podcast. Make sure you check it out on iTunes and all that, wherever you find your podcast.
Everywhere you listen to it.
Everywhere you listen to podcasts, we're there. And you decide who the stud is and who the scrub is.
We're both 10-10, we're both scrubs today.
Today we are. Today we both became scrubs. What a game, though.
What a game.
What a game. I wish we'd had more time to soak it in.
Live closer to me.
I know.
Skari.
I hope you all enjoy Dustin's wonderful strategy. Innes, you know, I think he pilots your list better than you, buddy.
Nerd.
Just watch him parrot me in WTC and just...
he's doing it out of spite now.
And just dummy me.
It's out of spite now.
Anyway, so this weekend I'm off to Austria for the WTC, representing Team Canada, which is awesome. We've got 7 rounds, and I'm going to War Masters, which is at least 6 rounds.
It'll be more than that for you, come on.
That's right. Shadow round plus 2 more. Heck yeah, let's just do this. Innes didn't believe I could do it.
What?
I know. What is this?
Wow, we're just gonna trash talk Innes this whole episode.
He was on the stat check thing, and he was like, Jeremy was like, you know what? I think Skari could do the whole thing, and Innes was like,
somebody knows.
Innes was like,
Oh, I hope you fight him.
I love you, buddy. Other than that, that's all.
You got it.
Huge shout out to the channel Patreons, without whom none of this is possible. Thank you so much to all the sponsors. Make sure you check the links down below for discount codes and the Patreon page. And thank you to the Tabletop Forge that gives me the room that I can really do it. And I don't know what he's doing. But with that, we're gonna go before it all goes. Bye. The Dark Kin.
Bye.